Hey y'all, it is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, I'm live. It's a winning Wednesday. How you doing? Let's see if Facebook is going to trip for a little bit of music. I'm so in love with you, girl. So now this is the thing. I'm still in love with me, boy. Y'all, I love doing what I do. So I'm here every Wednesday. I'm running a little bit late, but that's all right. Let's hope Facebook, we do not own the rights to this music. Sean Paul's and whomever else. Just using it for a little bit of entertainment. It is a rainy afternoon here in Georgia. And so it's a good time for my turban and my white tee. I'm relaxed. But tonight we are going to talk about the final step in our steps to financial stability talk, or steps to financial security talk. Okay, I'm Carmen Bernard, and I'm here Wednesdays, every Wednesday live. Can y'all hear that? Dutty, love. If you miss any of these series, I think this is like the seventh one. If you missed anything, feel free to go back. They're on my page. They're in the group. They're on my YouTube page. I need some followers, some subscribers on my YouTube page. So please go out there and subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe. I really do need to get to at least 100 subscribers. And it's been taking me a while to get there. I don't know what's going on. I told you guys to go subscribe. You said, I got you. I got you, Carmen. And y'all didn't do it yet. But anyway, it's okay. It's okay. My thing is nice and slow. That's the pace that I want to go. There you go. I can rap. All right. So today we're going to I'm going to turn my music down just a little bit, maybe. If you can hear it, that's fine. But we're talking about the final step in this series, steps to financial stability or financial security. And that step is called build wealth, right? We talked about understanding financial literacy. We talked about protecting our wealth with the basic financial foundation, right? Which was life insurance. We talked about protecting your wealth. We talked about eliminating debt. We talked about creating an emergency fund. I think you create an emergency fund first and eliminating debt next. Then we talked about getting some additional cash flow in. All right. So now we're talking about building wealth, right? Here's the question. Will your wealth last as long as you do? Right? That's the question that we must be able to answer. Will your wealth last as long as you will last? Right? It is said that wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Somebody said that, right? Somebody said wealth is the ability to fully experience life. Here's the thing. They're half right, because wealth is a matter of financial survival. What do I mean by that? So, as you accumulate wealth, you may be fortunate enough to enjoy your wealth, right? You're able to share it with others, right? You're able to help your grandkids do things that you have never done, help your children do things that you have never done, right? So, you're able to share your wealth. You're able to share it with others. You're able to leave it as a part of your legacy. We are always talking about generational wealth, and we're trying to get this generational wealth, so you're able to leave it as part of your legacy. However, your wealth has another role. Your wealth has another role. And that is to fund a very, very long retirement. If you're coming in, say hello. Comment in the chat. Tell me you can hear me. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if something resonates with you. If you're catching this on the replay, hashtag replay, say something on there, right? But your wealth is not only for those things that I talked about, but to fund a very long retirement. Y'all, it can be as long as 30 years. As long as 30 years. And for people that are married, the statistics show that they're living even longer I think it's people are expecting to live until age 95 and probably age 80, I mean 90 for males, age 95 for females, right? So we're living a much longer time in retirement, regardless of what the reason for that is, right? For those of you who have saved little to date, right? Started, um, you haven't started yet. You've only got a little bit. Growing or building wealth may seem like a pie in the sky idea. But the truth of the matter is, we have to make a commitment to get serious as soon as possible, regardless of where we are. We have to begin that asset accumulation strategy. So, you want to get with a financial professional, knuckle down with somebody somebody that you know will give you good advice. Talk to me. Go back and talk to somebody else. Maybe what I'm saying will but they don't know about, or will help you to have a better conversation with your financial professional. I would love to be that financial professional to help you on this path, but it doesn't have to be me. Just speak to somebody, right? But you're going to knuckle down with them and start that asset accumulation strategy so that you can build wealth both for quality of life and longevity of life, right? If comment wealth building fund in the comments, put wealth building fund in the comments if you would like to know some of the strategies that we use to start to build wealth. We actually have a fund that you can start in starting to create that building that wealth, right? Let me ask you something. What is your greatest fear in life? What's your greatest fear in life? If you can comment in the section, your greatest fear, I'd appreciate it. Tell me what it is that you fear in life. There are people that fear speaking in public, right? In front of an actual live crowd. They'd rather die before they do that. There are people that fear humiliation, right? Or, they're scared to speak because they don't want to be humiliated, or they say something wrong, or whatever it is. There are people who fear heights, right? They would rather die than to do something that takes them all the way high in the thing. There are people that fear flying. My aunt, God rest her soul, she flew if only if it was necessary. She hated flying. She'd come visit me from New York all the time. God rest her soul. She took a train to get here, right? There are people that fear pain. So tell me something, put it in the chat. Something that, let me see if I can see any of my any comments. Like, so hard always for me to see comments, right? But tell me in the chat if what is it that you fear, or something that you fear more than dying. And I'll tell you that say over 60% of older Americans, especially older Americans, 60%, they've lived longer than us. They know, and I'm probably part of that older American. I wouldn't admit to it though. But 63% actually fear running out of money in retirement rather than dying. 63% people fear running out of money. It says an error occurred. Wait a moment and then try again. So um can you guys hear me? I hope you can hear me. It's saying that I'm live, but yet still I'm getting something that says go live, right? And it says you are live once I hit it. Well, hopefully I'm there. Anyway, so over 60% of people fear running out of money in retirement rather than dying. And so that's startling, right? More than half of older Americans fear running out of money rather than dying. Insurance companies refer to this as what they call longevity risk, right? Life expectancy and survival rates exceeds expectations and pricing assumptions. This is like a whole bunch of gobbledygook. But what it means is that people are living longer, so there's more and more cash flow, more and more money that's needed to fund retirement. And I don't care where you are, 20, 30, 40, 50, we have to start thinking retirement and start building wealth now, right? here's the thing. Many of us are trapped in this, I call it a sucker cycle, right? Where it's a sucker cycle thinking where we think, I cannot start to build wealth right now. I can't start to build wealth because, or I am going to do it after I get a new job. I'm going to build wealth after I get a raise. I'm going to build wealth, once I get enough money in my savings account. I'm going to build wealth when I pay off my debts, right? So that very thinking is what keeps us in a loop of spending too much and saving too little, right? So let me pause this because I'm not sure when Facebook might just decide, listen, it's just too much, and we are gonna, stop your thing for copywriting. Again, I do not own the rights to the music that you heard playing. It's just for entertainment. All right. So we get trapped in this loop of spending too much and saving too little. The wealthy people, on the other hand, you know what I always say, right? We do what the wealthy do, right? Hey, thanks, Saran, for joining. We do what the wealthy do. So wealthy people, on the other hand, they stop that spending very early on, and they start saving and putting that money towards investing, putting that money away so that it can work for them, right? The difference between what I was talking, the excuses that we come up with of why we can't save, whether it's needing a new job, needing a raise, when we get rid of that and all that, the difference between us and the wealthy people is that they start right wherever they are, right? And stop the bad habits, right? The difference is getting started wherever you are and then develop that discipline to save. So here is the big secret. Today is not, I don't think I'm going to be long at all. Here is the big secret. Pay yourself first. That's the big secret. Pay yourself first. If you apply the concepts that we have been talking about over these past couple of weeks, they're still on Facebook because I leave up my lives. They're in the groups. They're on my YouTube page. Please subscribe when you go there. But take a look at them, right? I think I spent 10, 15, 20 minutes, some of them, the max. No more than 30 minutes on any of those. Go through there and listen to it. But if you start to apply those concepts that we've talked about over the past few weeks, then you will be able to do this, right? The first thing we're doing, pay ourselves first. Decide how much we can put away, and then we put that money towards saving and investing vehicles. That's exactly what we're doing, right? And we have talked about some of these vehicles, whether it's on here with me on Wednesday nights, on Big Legacy Talks, on Factually Speaking, or on Thursday nights at 8:30 when I'm on with the Millionaire Ladies Mob. We've talked about some of those vehicles. If you don't remember, book a consultation with me. It's free, carmen10k.com, and we will revisit it. But the first thing is to pay yourself first. First, pay yourself before you buy a single latte. One, pay yourself first. Pay yourself first before you go to a movie. Pay yourself first before you even split a pizza with a friend. Pay yourself first. And y'all, this is controversial, but I'm telling you, pay yourself first before you pay your bills. I said it. Pay yourself first before you pay your bills. That means budgeting in your savings first, then your bills, then whatever else. Okay. So here are four disciplines that will help to promote wealth building. Number one is to save regularly and make it automatic. When you don't see it, it just goes, and you learn to live on whatever else it is that you have there. You find a way. So pay yourself first. Do this by saving automatically, and saving automatically or paying yourself first doesn't necessarily, that line item could take care of a lot of things. That line item can be taken care can be taking care of your life insurance. It can be taking care of your savings that you put away towards your savings account. It can be or you're saving in a cash value policy, all these different things. But you're going to decide what it is that you can put away. If it's $10, it's $10. If it's $20, it's $20. $100, $100. If it's $400, it's $400. Whatever it is, you're going to pay yourself first, but you're going to make it automatic and then make it where you do not touch it. Do not, that's number two, do not touch that money until you reach your goal, until you reach your savings goal. I told you I have something that where even if you wanted to keep it at home because your savings, I don't really truly say that that's the best way to do it, because if you don't have the discipline or know exactly what your goal is and where you're working toward, you might be tempted to go in and spend or something like that. But I have something which allows you to just put away some money. Every time you get $5 or $10, you put it away and you cross it off, and you don't stop until all those numbers on that sheet is crossed off, right? So you don't stop until you reach your goal. You don't touch that until you reach your goal. Number three is to review your goals and your progress at least once a year. Review your goals and your progress at least once a year. And I recommend you do this with a professional, with a financial services professional, right? There are many of them that are out there that are good. Some are not so good, but somebody that you resonate with, somebody that you trust, somebody, I offer free consultations. We can get together and talk about your goals and where it is that we want to go, where we want to be, and how we can meet them. But you can want to review that at least once a year with your financial professional. And number four, you want to make adjustments as your life and finances change. So if you were making $1,000 a week and you were saving $100, then you got to raise to $1,200 a week. You got to adjust. Now you're going to save $120, right? Or whatever it is that your goal is. But because you got that raise, your finances have changed, you are going to adjust that. If your finances went down, try to see if you could keep it the same, or you may have to adjust a little bit down as well. When things happens that changes in your life, you get married. Now you got to change. Now that's got to be reviewed. You have a child. You buy a home. All these different things are things that happens in your life that you will need to basically review. And it's great to sit down and review with a financial professional at least once a year. All right. So basically, those are the things that I wanted to talk about today. Next week, we are going to next week we're going to sit down and talk about some of the threats that every wealth builder must conquer. We're going to talk about some of those threats next week, because I didn't want to make this too long. So next week we're going to talk about those threats that you must every wealth builder must conquer. And these are some things that you may not even think about. These are things that steal your wealth without you even knowing or thinking about it. And we have to have those things. Thanks, Saran. We have to have those things. We have to know what are the threats that are out there against us so that we can plan for them. All right. And then even when we start planning, we got to look at other things, right? Mike Tyson, was it Mike Tyson? He said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, right? So we want to make sure we do that. Just don't get in the ring with Mike Tyson. I don't know how he is now. Maybe you could get in now. I wouldn't get in the ring with him anytime at all. But anyway, don't miss next week. Again, you can connect with me at carmen10k.com so that we can look at those things that you must conquer in order to build your wealth, those threats that are out there in order for you to build your wealth. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you so much. And let's go out rocking a little bit more with Sean Paul. A dirty love. I'm still in love with you, boy. If my husband say I said with you, boy, but now I'm still in love with me. I'm still in love with me, boy. I'm still in love. Y'all, I cannot sing. But anyway, I'm having fun. I'll see you, talk to you next week. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night on the Millionaire Ladies Mob. We're talking about friends with benefits. Not that kind of benefits, living benefits. Join us. Thank you. Bye.